Welcome back to Euro Football Daily for this week's edition of Euro Transfer Talk. We have a bumper show lined up for you today with all the biggest rumours concerning the continent's brightest talents. So let's jump straight into it. We kick off in North London, where fresh from a 2-1 victory in the derby which moved them to within 4 points of arch-rivals Spurs, Arteta is continuing to develop his summer business plans. As we have covered in numerous videos across both channels, the Gooners retain an interest in Brighton's Yves Bissouma. But according to the Express, their other top target is none other than Eintracht Frankfurt centre-back Evan Ndika. The 21-year-old and other highly talented young French centre-back signed for Adi Hütter's side from Auxerre in July 2019, and has gone on to make 86 appearances for the club to date. When fit, he's been an almost ever-present on the left of Hütter's preferred 3-4-1-2 formation, ranking 8th in the squad for minutes this term. In that time, he's proved himself to be a very capable one-on-one defender, completing over 70% of his tackles, with only Martin Hinteregger topping his 56 clearances to date. There are a couple of potential stumbling blocks here though. Not only are Adler 4th in the table, 2 points ahead of Dortmund, making it unlikely he'd swap a Champions League club for Arsenal should they make it, he's also not really what Arteta's squad needs. Whilst his very solid defensive attributes would make him an asset to a side that has occasionally looked shaky this term, Arsenal don't need another left-footed centre-back, with Gabriel and Pablo Mari already on their books. With David Luiz's contract set to expire in June, Arsenal could soon be left with Holding and Callum Chambers as their only right-sided centre-backs currently on their books. What do you think though? Is Ndika the sort of player Arsenal should be targeting this summer, or should they prioritise other areas? As we all know, speculation has been rife over the last couple of weeks that PSG are keen to sign either Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo this summer in mega deals. But the Parisian sporting director Leonardo made clear this weekend that the club are no closer to signing Messi, whose future at Barcelona looks pretty unclear following João Laporta's return as Blaugrana president. And what's more, Juve director Fabio Paratici has publicly said that CR7 represents the club's future. But he did reveal that the club are yet to schedule talks over a new contract for the Portuguese legend. Either way, Pochettino is said to be planning for both eventualities. And according to La Repubblica, the player they are likely to sell to make way for either of the superstars is none other than 28-year-old Mauro Icardi, who only permanently joined the club last summer for €70 million. The article claims that a Serie A return is very much a possibility, where the Argentinian scored 121 goals between 2011 and 2019, whilst at Sampdoria and Inter Milan. And it's the Nerazzurri's fiercest rivals, AC Milan and Juventus, who are said to be interested in bringing Icardi back to the country. It's been a season to forget for Icardi, with 21 games missed with injury, limiting him to just 12 League and Champions League starts, in which he has scored 5 and assisted 3. This continues a downward trend for the frontman, who has failed to score over 12 league goals in a single campaign since 2017-18, largely due to injury issues. If AC Milan and Juve could strike a deal for Icardi, it would appear to be a move that works well for all parties. But we don't think you can pretend that he's currently at the same level that he showed was previously in Milan. We take a journey from Paris to Munich now, where Bayern Munich are reportedly monitoring Fede Valverde's situation at Real Madrid. The 22-year-old Uruguayan has endured a frustrating campaign, missing 13 games with injury, meaning he hasn't completed the full 90 in the league since the end of August, and ranks 14th in the squad for minutes below Carvajal, who has been injured pretty much non-stop since January. Marca claimed that the German giants were interested in signing Valverde last summer after Thiago's departure for Liverpool, and hope to take advantage of Real's financial struggles in the upcoming window. However, the article claims that Zinedine Zidane views Valverde as one of very few unsellable players in his squad. The former Penarol midfielder will be given another chance to show his capabilities in tonight's Champions League tie against Atalanta, with Casemiro suspended for the second leg. What's clear is that any deal for Valverde will be fraught with difficulties. He's contracted to the 13-time European champions until 2025, and is apparently happy with his development at Real. With Modric and Kroos 35 and 31 respectively, Los Blancos need to be buying rather than selling midfielders this summer, meaning at the moment we can't see this deal materialising. But stranger things have happened. Before I go any further, just a quick reminder to subscribe to Euro Football Daily and hit that notification bell to never miss one of our transfer talks. Bayern Munich aren't the only club considering moves for some of Europe's best young talent this summer though, with Man City ready to make contact with Sporting CP about one of the most promising emerging players in Portugal. Academy graduate Nuno Mendes has been Sporting's first choice left-back this term, racking up 25 appearances for the club, helping them go 10 points clear at the top of the Primera Liga. Mendes, who can play in midfield, has been so assured that Liverpool, Man United and Real Madrid are said to be keeping an eye on his progress. But according to AS, Pep Guardiola has urged the club to get in contact with Sporting CP over a potential deal. He appears to be an insanely talented all-round player, with his tackles and interceptions per 90 standing at 4.3, whilst he also completes 1.5 take-ons per 90, 0.6 more than Benjamin Mendy in City's squad. Having turned other imports from the Portuguese league such as Ruben Dias, Ederson and Bernardo Silva, not to mention Joao Cancelo, a Benfica Academy product, into world-class players, Pep must surely fancy his chances of doing the same with Mendes. With the youngster having signed a contract extension until 2025 in December, he isn't likely to come cheap. But his statistics suggest he'd certainly be worth it. This is one for City fans to get very excited about. Speaking of left-backs, it appears that Chelsea are preparing to offload forgotten man Emerson Palmieri this summer. Despite the Blues' change of manager, Emerson has remained out of the first-team picture, only appearing in 2 Premier League games this season, with his latest coming against West Ham at home just before Christmas. His only game time since the Germans' arrival has come in the FA Cup against Barnsley, with Ben Chilwell and Marcus Alonso currently fighting it out for one position. According to Calcio Mercato, the 26-year-old's lack of game time hasn't put off Napoli and Inter though, who both want to sign him. But despite the Italian having less than 18 months on his current deal, the Blues are reportedly after as much as €20 million for the former Roma man. Part of a really poor couple of years of recruitment that also saw the club spend a combined £57 million on Drinkwater and Zappacosta, Emerson is part of a past era at the club that Blues fans will hope to see the back of this summer. But that being said, €20 million seems like too much to ask. Joining Emerson in the departure lounges of Europe this summer could also be Coutinho, who sport claim Barcelona are desperate to offload when the window opens. That's because the Catalans still owe Liverpool €50 million in instalments for a player they bought in January 2018, and they are keen to offload him this summer in order to raise funds for that deal. Coutinho has had a horrible campaign, missing 30 games with hamstring and knee injuries, limiting him to just 14 appearances in which he has scored 3 goals. With the Blaugrana in such a dire financial position, they simply can't afford to keep Coutinho, who is paid a reported €13 million a year at the Nou Camp, a figure topped only by Messi and Griezmann. But currently out with a knee injury which has kept him out since the end of December, it is very difficult to see who would pay a fee of any more than £40 or £50 million for a player that will turn 29 in June. Where do you guys think Coutinho will go, or will he be forced to stay at Barcelona? Let us know your thoughts down below. And finally, we wrap up this week's episode with our headline story, and wow, it's a big one. According to AS, Barcelona are close to agreeing a 2-year deal to sign Man City's Sergio Aguero. The 32-year-old is set to become a free agent this summer when his contract expires in the Northwest. And the Spanish publication claimed that Joan Laporta is keen to make the Citizens' record goalscorer part of his plans at the Nou Camp. Aguero was, however, quick to play down speculation linking him with the move to Barcelona during a recent Twitch livestream, and a return to his former club Independiente has also been mooted. In terms of his replacement, well, everyone knows that moves for Lionel Messi and Erling Haaland have been talked about for months. But according to Eurosport, another player is also being considered, none other than Atletico Madrid's Joao Felix. The article claims that Pep Guardiola was keen on signing the Rojiblanco star prior to his transfer from Benfica in 2019, and has only been encouraged by the 21-year-old's improved displays this term, that has seen him contribute 10 goals and 5 assists in 32 games to date. It's going to take one hell of a deal to land Felix though, with him tied to the Wanda Metropolitano until June 2026, and having only signed him for €126 million under 2 years ago. Whilst that audacious deal seems unlikely, one move that could come to fruition is Barcelona's pursuit of Liverpool's Gini Wijnaldum, which according to Football Insider is 95% done. The 30-year-old Dutchman has remained a key member of Klopp's first-team squad this season, despite speculation around his future, with only Andy Robertson starting more than his 26 Premier League games at the time of writing. But a move to Barcelona and a link-up with Dutch legend Ronald Koeman has been talked about for over a year now, and looks ready to be completed in the next month or so. So whilst Agüero's exit and Joao Felix's arrival looks far from certain, it does appear that Barcelona will soon be able to add Gini Wijnaldum to their incomings alongside Eric Garcia. Barcelona fans, would you be happy with Gini Wijnaldum and Eric Garcia, or would you need to get Sergio Aguero for you guys to be truly happy? Let me know in the comments below. So guys, that's all we've got time for on Euro Transfer Talk for another week. What did you guys think of the stories? Do you actually think any of these will come true? Let me know in the comments down below. And as I said earlier, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and click on screen for another great Euro Football Daily video. And I'll catch you on the flip side.